How's it going, fellow deal enjoyers? It's Pickleball at Kotaku, and we're continuing the Red Table Season Toy bargain hunting outings. I caught wind of some solid stuff from reliable sources, and we'll see if we could get some of that pie for ourselves. Maybe this was a poor choice of a clip to use since it's effectively a spoiler. Oh well, let's just get into it. Before that, if you enjoy the content, make sure to drop a like, leave a comment, and sub to the channel. Patreon and supers are also available methods of extra support if you deem me worthy of it. In return for your support, I give you this advice. Make sure you always have the high ground, especially when it comes to dealing with disgusting dirty turd scrolls like I own. You never know what sort of shady stuff they're trying to pull, and you need every advantage you can get. Emerging from the unfathomable depths of the Ross clothing section is one PB at Kotaku. We have a moderately filled shelf in the dedicated toy section, but let's hope we can find some good stuff. I gotta remember to check the temporary side rack, and it doesn't look like much is going on. It's pretty much a mess of nothing burgers. That Dev Series Sharkade set hasn't been at Ross for a bit, but the standard price keeps going down. It was like $5 or $7 when I first saw it nearly 2 years ago. Dev Series stuff does not move, and I kinda wish those awesome Roblox sets would come back. Ross was flooded with them 2 years ago before I got back into action figures, and if you missed out on Demona a few weeks prior, Ross is restocking her. We even got a few more on the bottom shelf, but I wouldn't wait too long because she's moved pretty fast for the most part. There's not much else happening here, and while this red foot Asin hasn't received a price drop yet, much of its best action TMNT counterparts like Alapex and Rat King are getting reduced pricing. Let's move on to the expanded toy section with the racks and red tables, which ironically is more bustling than this Ross's main toy section. I've seen the Super 7 reaction transformers getting price cuts elsewhere, but it has yet to happen here. Sucks. Last time I saw the Super Mario 3 pack, it had Nintendo DS pricing of $32 or $33, and thankfully it's dropped to something more reasonable. 18 clams averages to 6 smackers per action figure. And check this out, we have another Demona Ultimate action figure by NECA. Seriously, don't sleep on her, she'll sell out fast again. I thought we had another Boba Fett Funko Pop figure, but it turned out to be Cobb Vanth. 500 pennies is a price I can approve of. Let's see what else there. Oh my god, are you serious? Ross finally got the Turtles of Grayskull wave with the evil samurai Skeletor? I got Casey Jones and Michelangelo on clearance at Target during the summer for like 100 dimes, and Tila for about 32 quarters on the Zon. Evil Samurai Skeletor was the only one who was evading low prices everywhere. I rarely saw it leave the 40 Kennedy price point, and I thought I would have to settle for that before the price shot up. Patience paid off, and Ross came in clutch. Turtles of Grayskull action figures are always 13 Sacagaweas at Ross, but sometimes Tila and Casey can be grabbed on Amazon for less than that. There's nothing good hanging off the hooks. It's almost all junk, but hold on, there's something behind Tila and Casey. We got a returning item, a 7-inch Legacy United Voyager class Star Raider Ferrac Transformer for 17 paper Georges. It looks cool and kinda retro with that Super Nintendo gray, but I think I'm good for now. Alright, it's time for Burlington, and they're starting to look like how discount stores usually do during Red Table season. Burlington is definitely giving Ross a run for their money. We got a McDonald's McNugget Funko Pop of the Rockstar variety here, and I wonder what's Burlington's pricing on Funko Pops now. I love how I always struggle with finding Burlington price tags. Classic. Well, they've got them for a single paper Abe. That's good to see. Up next, we got an Amazing Heroes Katsuki Bakugo that's 17 simoleons, unfortunately. That price is a damn shame, and the same goes for this Iron Man action figure, which we saw recently. Or did the footage end up on the cutting room floor? I can't remember, and I don't feel like checking. Here we have more pretenders to the Lego Brick Toy Throne, some laser block bullshit thing back there, and up front, we got a Five Guys at Freddy's Freddy Fazbear's Mega Pizzaplex. So that's a concert setup. What do they sing? You're the birthday, you're the birthday, you're the birthday boy or girl. Anyways, if you missed the cost of that, it was 13 buckaroos, and there's actually not a lot of online listings for it. In fact, the lowest priced one I found was on eBay at 43 bones. At least Burlington is providing good value for those sets, unlike what Ross and DD's discounts are doing with Lego. Now for the plushie section, and it's kinda looking like a massacre here. We got Stitch, Kirby, some big unknown thing face down, Supersonic's head is just stuffed under the shelf, and everything else is just crammed in. We got piles of Snoopy, Kirby, Bluey, and Stitch among others. Oh, and there's a ton of My Melody backpacks. I didn't check the price, but Sanrio plush backpacks have been around $17 at Burlington lately. We're in another aisle, and it looks like someone stole one of the figures from this solid gold set of live-action One Piece figures. It was Luffy. GG's, and next to that, we got a WWE Elite Collection Bloodline Roman Reigns action figure that doesn't really look like Roman Reigns. It looks more like a fusion between Roman Reigns and Jey Uso. This sucker costs $9, and I'm not about that. If you are, good luck finding the OTC. So there's a ton of stuff at each and every discount store right now, and it's gonna take forever to cover everything. To make sure these videos don't get any longer than they already are, I'm going to occasionally cut off fluff and go right to the finds, and we're going straight to a Mega Bloks Pokedex set. I was wondering if this was gonna show up at a discount store last time. I think it's one of the coolest Pokemon Mega Bloks sets, and it's the only one I ever considered buying. It's currently on clearance at Walmart, but it still doesn't match Burlington's best price of 13 bucks. Even though I'm very interested in this, now that it's in front of me, I just don't feel as inclined to get it. Do any of you ever get this way with things you're interested in? The red table area was surprisingly still not very full. This is totally different compared to my experience at this exact Burlington last year. There were some anime figures here, but it was a very small selection. We got an Amazing Heroes Plus Wizard All Might, and I assume this is 17 clams like the Katsuki Bakugo we saw earlier. Yeah, that sucks, but oddly enough, we have an Amazing Hero Shoto Todoroki and a Hitoshi Shinso for 10 smackers each. So, does Burlington think the Plus in Amazing Heroes Plus has an extra value of 7 greenbacks? It shouldn't. Anyways, we got a soft Vimage Chopper also for 1700 pennies, and look who it is again. But before that, we have a glitter and glamorous Himiko Toga just below. She's 170 dimes, and I'm passing because I already have a Himiko Toga figure I'm satisfied with. We got a few more One Piece figures, a Grand Line Series Kobe and Otama, both for the same price as Bloodsucker Grill. As for GNG Boa, one of my regular viewers, Can't Find My Will to Live 657, said that she was at Burlington for 68 quarters, and the tip paid off. Good looking out, and thank you for that. Let's continue with another Ross and check out how crazy packed those shelves are. I see yet another Demona, so for the time being, stock for her seems plentiful at Ross. There's a lot of new Funko Pop figures as well, and I could already tell you that I miss seeing some of these live, like that Amazon exclusive Christmas Spider-Man. Sorry, I need to pay attention to what's on screen. We got a Ninetales Chakra Mode Naruto for 40 Kennedys, and I normally don't look at crap like this, but I thought it was funny looking, so I just had to acknowledge it. It's a Jurassic World Rebirth Velociraptor mask for 8 Jeffersons. Oh, so I did look at a few Funko Pops. We have a partially transformed Bruce Banner for a standard $5. I wonder if he comes with that text bubble. The price tag was in the way, so I couldn't tell. Then we have a former Zon exclusive Flock Coca-Cola Polar Bear. Oh right, that's a PB as well. I need to take note of that. It's $1 higher at 6 Sacagaweas, and while I own this Funko Pop, I don't know if it's the flocked or standard version. After peeling back some of the layers, there's quite a few Funko Pop figures, but they're nothing new. We'll put that piece of shit Stunt Racer junk car back, and the Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle 10th Anniversary Vegito figure is back in stock, and you know what? So is the matching Gogeta figure. That was cool to see, until I saw the price tag. So, both of these increased from 1 Jackson to an additional double paper George. I'll go ahead and label this as a Sony DualShock price. That was a letdown, and here's something that's been at Ross every now and then since March 2025, a 4-inch Fang action figure by Jack Specific. He's back at the non-Demon Souls price, and you can still find the rest of the action figures from that wave at Ross. And you know what? I still haven't seen any of the 5-inch Sonic 3 action figures yet. Like, come on Ross, what are you doing to me here? Alright, this is for the Halo Mega Bloks enjoyers. I see something with Master Chef on it. We have a Floodgate Firefight set where MC is soloing an entire horde of Flood. As for the price, unfortunately, it's a hefty 32 Jeffersons, and that is not a good price. It goes for a single Grant minus a Washington on Amazon. It's like Ross decided to price Mega Bloks like they're Lego. We also have a Skyrim Alduin the World Eater set for a very expensive 5X Hamiltons. It's currently 2.5 Jacksons on Amazon, so that means Ross is selling this for nearly double the price. Someone with a high level speech needs to talk to whoever priced these and get that crap lowered. Sorry Mega Bloks fans, that was a massive fail, and this is the only controller holder that holds my interest. I just like it because it's Optimus Prime. He's 3 paper Abraham, so I'm holding off, and oh my god, it really is NECA mania at Ross. We have Broadway from Gargoyles. The only ones from this wave that I haven't seen yet are Goliath and Lexington. Remember, the Goliath I found is the video game version and not the standard one that comes in this wave. Broadway looks damn impressive, but I need to think on this one for a bit, so I'll put that back and look around a little more. This one's for you Hot Wheels / toy car enjoyers. We got some more pull-out speeders, the Audi Sport Quattro S1E2, Dodge Challenger RT, what the hell kind of name is that? Anyways, a 99 Nissan Skyline GTR, a Baja Truck Camion, sorry if I messed that up. There was also a 2023 Honda Civic Type R. These are 7 bones each, and from what I've seen, these do move a bit fast. I rarely see them last a week. Speaking of cars, we got a Studio Series Wheeljack Transformer of the 4.5-inch variety for 13 buckaroos. Transformers definitely went up in price, but when it comes to the Studio Series stuff, I feel like people are okay with it. It's still cheaper than Amazon after all. Let's get back to Broadway. I did quite a bit of thinking on this, but I had to take another good look at the action figure to get a feel if I really wanted to buy this or not. Hold on, I'm still thinking about it. Hold on, give me a minute here. Man, SYBAU. Alright, despite those rude interruptions, we're doing it. Right between the main toy section and red table area, I found some racks with stuff waiting to be put on shelves. However, there was only one notable thing that was visible to the naked eye. The item in question was a Dragon Ball Z Solid Edgeworks Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks anime figure. This is definitely a discount store first timer, and it cost 20 simoleons. Again, Dragon Ball merch did not go down in price, and as you saw with the Dokkan Battle figures, they went up. Here's a shot of how the red tables looked at this Ross. They really didn't put the heavy hitters here, and it's pretty much representative of how the red tables look at all of my usual Ross stores. Just behind the red tables though, I found this shelf that was loaded with anime figures and some Funko Pops. We can ignore the Dokkan Battle stuff, but here's a Matchmaker Super Saiyan God Son Goku. He's paired with Beerus, and I'm sure we'll see that figure at discount stores soon enough. Behind him is a Dragon Ball Daima Vegeta figure, which surprisingly is $17. Then we have a One Piece The Departure Egghead Arc Nami. I think it's rather punny that One Piece girls are effectively wearing One Piece swimsuits now. Here's another One Piece Soft Vimates vinyl figure in the form of Island Whale Laboon, and then we have a Ninetales Chakra Mode Minato Namikaze. He matches up with the same mode Naruto we saw earlier, and I just noticed they're doing a combined... What the hell was that? Must have been the wind. Anyways, we're at another Ross, and these plushies seem like they're one nudge away from falling down. Someone give the Slowpoke plushies a good home. They deserve it. As for the main event area, I'm seeing some repeats here. Actually, quite a few repeats. Ah, there's a retro Batman action figure that I missed. I wonder what it was. Instead, I saw this Lambo Huracan Super Trofeo Evo Pullout Speeder. I'm sure I butchered that name, and if that's the case, oh well. There's a few more pullout speeders here as well. A 1966 Ford Bronco and a 2004 Mazda RX-8 Custom. Some of these car names sound like Gundams. The Headless Willy I saw last week was still here, and I'm sure that's gonna get a price cut that's laughingly inappropriate. We got more One Piece figures, and I don't think I've seen that Senko Zeke or Spectacular Battle Scenery Zoro figure before, and of course, I'm not actually paying much attention to it. Maybe I did find it earlier and the footage ended up getting cut from the final draft. By the way, we're a little over halfway through this toy bargain hunting outing. If you're enjoying yourselves, please let me know by hitting me with a like and sub, and if you would bestow a hype to help increase my magic find stat, I'd greatly appreciate it. So the next thing on the order of operations was this 90s X-Men Jubilee Funko Pop. Thumbs up at the price, and the colors on this version of Jubilee have always been awesome. I'm good though, I can't be buying every single Funko Pop figure I like. You'll have to take my word for it, but this Ross increased the length of the main toy shelf by several feet, and if you count the several feet for each shelf, well, that's like 6 or 7 Yao Ming's worth of shelf space for the toys. Here's a McFarlane Gold Label Collection Black Manta with the pack and comic. The action figure looks cool, and I would say the only downside is the lame looking packaging, so if you like to keep stuff sealed, this isn't going to be visually appealing. It's only $6, and it's funny seeing that price when the Nerf Ross exclusive Batman and Superman action figures are more than double the cost. On the upper shelves, we have an assortment of Funko Pops from all sorts of different media, anime, movies, TV shows, etc. 2 shelves down, I finally found some stuff that I had been looking for weeks. Masterverse New Eternia action figures. First up, we have King Randor, father of the Motu Protag, He-Man / Prince Adam. Unfortunately, these are much higher in price at Ross, but still the lowest available. King Randor wasn't the only new Eternia action figure to appear at Ross lately, and I'm hoping... Hell yeah, get in there, mother toads. It's about freaking time I found Domo Arigato, Mr. Roboto. Like Randy Savage, Mr. Roboto is 10 clams, which is kinda high for Ross, but it's all good. The amount I'm spending is getting a little high again, so I'm gonna put this King Randor back. I mainly wanted Mr. Roboto, and maybe this will come back at a lower price. You know, like the 5 or 6 smackers that New Eternia Fisto and Evil Lyn cost respectively. Anyways, we're at the end cap with nothing new up top. Still got the same old stuff that no one wants, and here's a Pokemon Pidgeotto battle figure. He was one of my favorites out of Ash's Pokemon. Unfortunately, it's a very pricey 7 greenbacks. The most I'm willing to pay for a single battle figure is 500 pennies, so it's a pass. We got a few other Pokemon battle figure packs here, but they're kinda lame. The only other noteworthy thing on this end cap today was at the very bottom, and it's a Turtles of Grayskull Super Shredder action figure for the usual 130 dimes. This would have been an insta buy for me, but sadly, I bought it at Walmart for retail because it was selling out like crazy at first. I was concerned it would climb in price like TOG Slacker and Merman, and I didn't want to pay those kinds of prices. Sadly, I didn't let my patience win, and as a result, I took an L. Before leaving, I decided to go through the main shelf one more time, and I did find a few things. Out in the open, we have a special edition Nezuko Kamado Funko Pop. It looks like she has metallic paint, so I guess that's why she's special. Behind Nezuko in this flash, I noticed an anime figure I hadn't seen before, or perhaps it's been a minute. It's a solid Edgeworks perfect user interface Son Goku. Random tidbit, I actually found this at the first Ross, but as I was trying to record the footage, another customer wanted it and asked if they could get it from me. I just wanted to be left in peace to continue recording, so I gave it to them to end the dialogue. Jump cutting to another Ross first timer, we have a King of Artists Monkey D. Luffy. I noticed how Bandai dropped the between King of Artists in the character's name. I guess they realized it was Englishy AF. As for the collectibles near the checkout area, the only thing I found worthwhile was the Motu and Thundercats Skeletor action figure. I'm still not buying a second one to have a permanent Mumra. There's plenty of other stuff here, but don't need to go over them again. Now, let's move on to the penultimate stop of the day, DD's discounts. Last time there wasn't much to see in the main toy section, but I got a good feeling this time. Look at all those big ass Yoshi plushies. Let's take a look at them. Well, they don't exactly feel nice, they're not soft, and they seem a little too ragdolly if that makes sense. Wait, this is supposed to be a pillow? It's not going to be a comfortable one, so I don't know. We got some more Pokemon Select vinyl figures of the 4-inch variety, but more importantly, I found a 4-inch action figure of Carl from The Simpsons by Jack Specific. This was the only action figure from this wave that I couldn't find at Burlington, and somehow it's here. It's the same price as Burlington, and I could only assume the other action figures could be here too. Shifting over slightly confirmed my assumption as I found Barney Gumble. That's 2 out of 4 action figures so far. Will I find Blue Shirt Bart Simpson and or Bumblebee Man as well? It was the former, and check this out. It's a Simpsons diorama set with a 2.5-inch Homer Simpson action figure. The outside shows the Simpson home, and the set cost 26 Kennedys. Not surprised, as it's basically a counterpart to the Sonic and Mario playsets. And we did it, everyone! The full set of this wave of Simpsons action figures is available at DD's discounts. It's been a while since I found a full set, and I love it when it happens. It's a good feeling, and I really hope a completionist collector gets them all at once. Anything else? Susie Sheep from Peppa Pig? Do all the characters from the show have alliterative names? Peppa Pig fans, let me know in the comments. It's very important. I saw something Fortnite on the top shelf and got hyped up. This is a 4-pack featuring Solo Mode Raz, Atlantean Fish Stick, Agent Jones, and Man Cake. At 12 Sacagaweas per set, that averages to 3 simoleons per figure, which is the same cost as buying them solo. The checkout area was really popping off at this DD's discounts today. Let's get this Kuzan thing out of the way because we've seen it a handful of times already. I want to check out what's behind that figure, and it's Gabimaru from Hell's Paradise. It's a total anime product by Jazzware, so it's from the same series of figures as that solo leveling Sung Jin-woo figure we saw 2 outings prior. Like Sung Jin-woo, Gabimaru is also one Jackson. It looks pretty good for an entry-level anime figure if you ask me. This is 3 Abes more expensive on Amazon, so DD's discounts is the place to get them. Hey, this stuff looks familiar. I saw these at Ross earlier today. So right now, Ross and DD's discounts have a little overlap with their anime figure merch. That's actually not super common, but I like seeing it because it means more opportunities for people to score deals. We also have a Vibration Star Zetsu, and Ayo, King of Artists Monkey D. Luffy is here as well, and all of these overlappers are the same price as they are at Ross. In addition to our boy Luffy, we got a One Piece Battle Record Collection Egghead Arc Sanji. He's 2 Hamiltons like the other OP figures, as expected. I'm sure you noticed a while ago that solo leveling Sung Jin-woo figure also has a presence at DD's discounts. These are moving at Ross, but it wasn't at a super fast rate. With DD's discounts having a seemingly good amount of stock, I don't know if you'll need to rush to buy him if you have both Ross and DD's discounts in your area. Also from Jazzware's Total Anime line, we have a Ramen Sukuna action figure, but these went back up to 15 buckaroos when stuff from the line was $13 2 weeks prior. And here's the Father-Son Ninetales Chakra Mode figure set. The presentation on the box is really cool, but I can't imagine it'll look that amazing in real life. The Matchmaker Super Saiyan God Son Goku figure is here as well, and these 3 figures are the same price they are at Ross, which is 20 clowns just in case you forgot. And right next to Fuchsia Goku, we have a DD's Discounts first timer, a Dragon Ball History Box Bulma figure. It's really cool to see merch of OG Bulma. I don't know why, but the figures of Dragon Ball Bulma seem a lot more interesting than anything from Z and after. And check that out, we got even more Total Anime action figures, from MHA in particular. There's Tomoda Kibutsuji and Shoto Todoroki. They're 15 bucks each like Ramen Dude down there, and now we're wrapping up at the final stop of the day, another DD's discounts, and well, Let's just get through it. We got another Marvel Legends 2-pack. That is freaking awesome. Fantastic Four versions of Wolverine and Spider-Man. I am sold. So this is gonna be 14... Man, get the hell out of here with that pricing. Well, that pretty much killed the mood. I'm getting out of here, but on my way to the exit, I did notice one decent thing near the checkout area. A Pop Rides Funko Fusion Scaremare and Scareglow from the Masters of the Universe. It's basically a double Funko Pop, but only costs 8 greenbacks. There's also a DLC code packed in, which is likely for the game. Well, I'm gonna call it here, so let's move on to the haul. If you ask me, it was another great run, and I'm actually glad I held off with buying more stuff. Though, with the amount of collectibles I own, does it even matter? And that does it for another Red Table Season toy bargain hunting outing. I still haven't seen the real heavy hitters like the Marvel Legends Hulkbuster or the Sonic 3 movie action figures, but I remain hopeful and I still found some really good stuff today. If you made it this far, type domo arigato in the comments. Thank you for coming along for the ride, and if you have some more time on your hands, please check out some of my other videos and I'll see you there. If not, I'll see you later.